What if I could tell you, you can know exactly how much you're going to make every month online from reselling? It's pretty simple, right? I've been using this formula. Let's call it the hustle log formula. I've been using it forever, right? I've been figuring out exactly how much I'm going to sell, what I'm going to make, what I need to expand, what I will make if I increase this amount, and this amount. This episode, we're going to talk about the hustle log formula, and this will teach you. This will not teach you. It'll inform you on what you need to improve, what you need, what will make you more money. All right, I'm Damien Joseph, and this is the hustle log. No jazz music today, but beep, 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 beep. All right, I know, guys. All right, so you guys already know, right? I've been selling online for forever, right? Since 2004, 2003. I've been selling online and been selling pretty much everything. I've sold tools, I sold electronics, I sold comics, I sold books, window blinds, food, CDs, DVDs, name it, I've sold it. And currently, my favorite thing to sell online is clothes, right? That's my favorite thing, right? I love selling. I used to be a liquidation seller, and I absolutely hated it. Absolutely hated selling liquidation clothes because your margins aren't as high as you think they are, right? Because you gotta think, right? These are dead stock, and there's a reason why it's dead stock. Nobody wants it. And you're gonna flash this in front of people, and hopefully people are gonna want to buy it, but they're gonna want to buy it at the lowest possible price, right? It's not for me. So I got out of that business. I'm in a different business. I love it. Thrifted, unique finds, because fashion is fashion, and fashion, especially when it's unique, it is amazing. All right, so let's talk about this formula, right? It's called the hustle formula. All right, so let's start with clothes, right? But this could be for anything. Don't just think that I'm talking about clothes and it's only for clothes. This could be for electronic. This could be for toys. Anything, right? Just imagine it in your category. So, for example, I sell clothes, right? Clothes. You break it down, right? You got women's clothes, men's clothes, children's clothes, right? You got those three categories. Now you have to, for this to work, you gotta know your market, right? And for me, and I mean, I might know my market. I mean the broad market. Not you don't want to be a niche seller. Like, oh, I'm only gonna sell like got wear or baby doll clothes, or like not baby doll like the actual dolls, but like Y2K clothes, like the crop shirts back then. It's you can't do that. So just pick a category, and I separate mine by gender and age group. So it's like I don't do kids, even though kids is probably like the highest margin. I don't do kids. I don't do men. I stick with women clothes, right? Women clothes is probably the best possible one, because in women's clothes, their fashion, there is so much difference in fashion for women's clothes, and no woman wants to look the same as every other person, right? Or no person in general. Like me, I don't want to look like wear the same stuff as the guy next to me, or next to me. That's why I got a lot of liquidations. Liquidation is fast fashion, right? And it's dead stock. So if you have like 1,000 pieces of like this shirt from Kmart, right? This polo from Kmart, like I gotta sell small, extra large, medium, XXL of this shirt in one color to like my audience, right? What is the odds that no one, first of all, right, no one in that market liked that design? That's why, I got it, because I bought like a liquidation palette, and there was so much of this, I gotta find a way to sell it, right? Okay, I like to like go all over the place, right? So let's say, right, let's go back to the hustle log formula, right? I pick out of the three, men's, children's, women, you know, I'm gonna pick women, right? Now I don't count handbags because handbags is a different category. That's a different business. I don't count shoes because shoes is a different business. Clothes is clothes. You got your tops and bottoms, right? And jackets. All right. So I sell women's clothes, right? Now here's what the formula goes, right? So that is me knowing my broad category, right? So it's women's clothes. Then, you know, you got to know how much listings you have. So when about listings, right? Like if I listed a shirt, right, extra large shirt, you know, I know exactly. Okay, I have. You could easily go like if it's eBay, Poshmark, just go to your my. If it's eBay, go to my eBay, go to listings. They'll tell you how much listings you have. If it's Poshmark's a little bit more difficult because if you go to your closet, it'll tell you this inflated number, which is not what you have. You have to go to your Poshmark, my Poshmark, then down to sellers tools, and then go to sellers Posh Stats. And Posh Stats will tell you your exact number of what you have currently listed, which is what you need. And I'm not talking about like quantity. We don't deal with quantity. We just deal with unique items listed. So it's like 1,600 separate listings. Because like sometimes like on eBay you could list like, okay, I'm gonna do a buy now, and I'm gonna list like 20 of one. That's not it's not what the formula works on, right? It's basically that. Now we want the average price listed. Now you're thinking, right? If I have 1,000 listings, I don't want to go and add up 1,000. No, they all have spreadsheets where you could download, which all have the average of what it is, right? Pretty easy, pretty simple. If anything, you could pop in your spreadsheet, ask ChatGPT to give you the average of your listed price. You know, it's really simple. eBay, the same thing. Just tell eBay, hey, you know, I want an XLM, or I think it's XLM or XLS spreadsheet of my current listings, right? They'll pop that up, download it. Same thing with Poshmark. Poshmark's a little more difficult because they'll email you it, download it, and you got to go do it from there. But you get it, right? Now, once you have your average, right? And let's say, right, low end, it's $12 or $10, right? $10 is kind of poor. You don't want $10, but hey, if your business runs off of $10 average price and you make a lot of money and your margins are high and you're making a lot of profit, and hey, that is perfect for you, right? So, for example, for me, right, I started off as a liquidation seller, so my margins, my average price was 10, then 12, and as I retired from doing liquidation. I didn't say I retired, right? I mean, sometimes I would want to go and buy a pallet or two, but I haven't done it in a year, so I'm not going to go back. It's addicting because I like to go through pallets, but I'm not going to go do it, right? So once I purged all my liquidation clothes, right? I then go and I get my average price, right? So now my average price is working its way to like 15 to 60. My goal is to get that average price to 20. Once I get my average price to 20, then I know that I'm going to be making some big bucks, right? So I'm going to give you guys the exact formula. You guys don't have to figure this out. I figured this out a long time ago and I put it together. A lot of people are a bit confused of it, so I'm just going to drop this to you guys, right? So if you have 1,600 items, your percent is going to be 0.03. That's 3%, right? 3%. You're going to sell 3%. Now you times that, right? 0.03 times 1,600. You're going to get the amount of items you're going to sell per month. For me, that's 36 items, right? My goal my goals, since I did thrifted, I want 5,000 listings, right? And I know if I get to 5,000 listings, I'm gonna be making bank. That would be freaking amazing, right? But it is hard to do. It is extremely hard. It's not like you're selling books where you just input the ISBN number. No, it's harder than you think it is. It's like, I don't know, but that is what it is. And if you want to know how much money you're gonna make at the end of every month, then times that 36 by the number. So if it's $10, you're $360 you're gonna make. If it's $20, that's what, 36 times, 360 times 20, 20. I mean, 360 times 2, that's what, 720. I think that's what it is, right? 720. Yeah, about 720. No, I don't think it's 720. Yeah, I think it's 720. Yeah. And it's a simple formula, right? Simple formula. Now, you're like, how do I increase my sales? How do I increase my sales? How do I increase my sale and the money that I'm making? Well, first, before I get into that, right? Here's the pitfall, right? This formula only works. So if I have 1,600 listed in the beginning of April, I know I'm going to make 36 sales, right? Now, the amount of sales I have will either increase or decrease. Now, it will increase if my listing is constant. Then I'm constantly like increasing the amount of products I have listed, unique products I have listed. Now, let's say I don't list anything for the month, right? But I know I'm going to sell 36 items. So 1,600 minus 36, you're looking at what? 64 or something like that. No, it's 16, 60, it's around 16 something, right? Right. It's 1556. Yeah. 1556, right? So you're looking at 1556, right? That is what you're going to have. So now you go back and you're like, I didn't make sell 36 items. Bro, you didn't sell 36 items because you never replenished your products. Your products just kept, you sold and sold and sold, and your price kept going down. It's a give and take type of situation. You sell, they take it. You have to give more to the system. You got to give more to your store. You have to keep feeding it. I know it sucks. It absolutely sucks if you work a full-time 40-hour job, right, where you're averaging about 10 hours of overtime because they need you, and it's mandatory. Then you're doing 50 hours, and you come home, right, and it's an hour to drive to work, an hour to come home, right, and then you got to go and package your orders right when you get home because hey, you have no time to go to the post office, so you might as well schedule a pickup. I don't give a crap if my postman does not want to pick it up. This is a service that the post office gives, and they give it to people because a lot of small business owners, they don't have the time to do it because we know we're working 40 hours a week, 40 plus hours. It is one of the best services that you could ever have, right? So, so right now I'm doing pretty good. I'm at 1,640, right? I've been listing 20 items every day, right? Because I got my daughter, I pay my daughter, and hopefully I hired someone, but I don't know exactly. They haven't responded to me per se yet. I did multiple messages to them, and they haven't gotten back to me yet. I would like to have them start right away, but it really depends on them. But I delegated my daughter, paying her, right? So she goes and does my drafts for my listings, right? And just so you guys know, I pay about $75 a month on a cross-listing software, right? If you guys want to know what it is, just comment down below and I'll tell you what it is. But you know, I have her create drafts, put it on eBay, and then from eBay, from that box, she puts it to a side, puts it to a, you know, we have a section where that's the box when that's the area where all the listings are already in drafts. There's a SKU on the box itself, so I know where to find it. That's my location, right? So once I see a box over there, I'll take that box, bring it to my garage, which is my office. I have a whole setup with a backdrop and everything, right? You know, hangers, everything like that. Pop up, close, take pictures, send it to the cloud. Once I send it to the cloud, I then edit the photos. Then once it's edited, bring it to, you know, I can pop it through Canva, you know, then download it, boom. And then all I got to do is take the open the listing from the draft, upload it with photos, and list it. Doesn't take long at all because I'm just putting photos in and listing it, because she did all the listings. She did the title, she did the description, she did all the features, everything like that, price and everything, right? So it's super simple, and I'm averaging about 20 listings a day, right? Now if I got another person to help me out, right, then I could be averaging about 40 listings per day, because right after I list those items, I have to go to my cross listing software and cross list to Poshmark, if it's vintage, Etsy, Mercari, and then Depop if it's streetwear. So, you know, that is what I do right now, right? And that's my goal. My goal is, because I just bought 600 pieces today, and I'm behind because I have about 200 pieces that I still have to list. Not list, but I still have to create drafts for. We're just way behind, and I want to go and purchase another like 300 pieces next week, because there's momentum, right? You keep doing it, keep buying, keep listing, keep going, right? The system works. I'm telling you, 0.3%, that is 3%. That's what I'm selling right now. But if I keep increasing it with the amount of products, and let's say I get like 5 or 10, I don't know what they call it, like lazy birds or whales or whatever they call it, where it's like a big brand or like a luxury brand clothes, and then you get it and you list it, boom, you know, that increases your value right there. Your price, your money, everything increases, right? Stay away from dead stock. I know, I kind of stay away from that. That'll only decrease your value, right? So, I mean, that is what I'm doing right now, and I'm hoping it goes good. And because like you guys all know, right? My business is Canvas Rejects, right? I got multiple businesses. I'm gonna list it right now, right? I have a shoe repair business, right? Which I go and I take shoes and I'll go and fix them up. And it's a hobby for me, but it's a business, because I'll sell about 2-3 shoes every month, and you know, it's not much money, but if I'm selling $30 a shoe and it's costing me about $2, $3 a shoe, it's costing me $6. So for $60, I'm making, it cost me $6. So about, after fees and everything, I'm looking at $50 profit, and it's just my time, and my time is because I enjoy repairing these shoes. So it's a hobby business, and I've kind of put that aside right now because it's a hobby, but that's one of my businesses. I have thrifted. I do handbags. Handbags is another one, but it's more of repair, because if you want to get cheap handbags, you have to repair them, you know. and that takes up a lot of time, just like the shoes, and I enjoy doing that. So right now I'm kind of like really low on stock on that. I got my vintage clothes, which is the same. I consider that the same as the thrifted. So it's thrifted, vintage clothes. I have canvas rejects, and that one is scaling and it's growing. Just to get you guys know, I do not want to have my Kickstarter be successful. I was like, man, I just got 3 followers. I'm a 3rd follower right now on my campaign, right? I'm like, holy shit, oh my God, I don't want this to be successful. If this is successful, then I'm gonna be so behind, because like I would have to stop what I'm doing and then produce all these orders for that. And right now I'm at a good flow, because I'm working on my thrifted, right? Increasing that. I'm creating more products, manufacturing more items for canvas rejects, because my goal is June, right? I need to get about 20K in saleable merchandise done and ready for June, and I need to get my website fully done with all the products. I can tell you right now, the candles that we've done, because like the whole point of the candles, right, is that it has to be the realms. We call it the realms collection, right? Because it's mythology and mythos, and it's what it feels like and smell like to be in that area in that time, what we would imagine from the script. I say scripture because I mean, be like, oh, it's not the Bible. No, man, every mythos is scripture, because it's mythology. Millions of hundreds of years ago, people believed in this stuff, and we just take it from the paintings or the carvings, and we kind of figure out what the scent is. Like Tartarus, what did that smell like? Limbo, what would that smell like? The marsh, what would that smell like? Heart, what would that smell like? And we're doing good with that, right? So we will burn our first 2 candles. I would say I want to do it today. I wanted to wait 2 weeks. I want to wait 2 weeks before I burn the first candle. And I have 2 weeks is next week. Next week Wednesday. Next week Monday is the 2 week mark. Or no, next week Sunday. Well, this Sunday would be 2 weeks. So this Sunday we burn the 2 candles, and if it's successful as we hope it is, then candles production, manufacturing production is on the go. We are on the saddle with that, because we have all the formulas down, all the scent, the combination, what we're gonna put, what every single thing, written down, right? So we know what scent formula that we're gonna put. Same thing with the incense. The incense is ready to go. I start burning them, and I keep burning them because I love incense, and that's also ready to go too. The problem is making the vessels. The vessels is taking more time, because I'm overcomplicated the vessels, because we call it earth cast vessels, right? And each earth cast vessel is painted in different styles, right? So I got a evil eye painted. We have the hell of Tartarus. There's the limbo one, and things like that. Or there's the natural earthy feel, but it just overcomplicates it a little bit. But guys, it's been 24 minutes. It's been good, This is the hustle. I'll talk to you guys later. If you have any questions about the hustle formula, hustle log form, whatever you guys want to call it, I don't really care. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Put it in the comments. Definitely don't forget to follow, like, and share. And I'll let you guys know how the YouTube is going, because I switched it over. I definitely have to keep working on it. I haven't worked on it in a while, but I'll talk to you guys about that in the next episode. Right, I'm Damian Joseph, and this is the Hustle Log. Till next time.